Got that brand new coffee maker, thermal carafe. The one we had at my house here is pretty, not that it's shitty, but it's not as, even the one I had at school was a little bit better, so I got this one. It's a bigger one, 10 cup. You guys know I love my coffee. That breakfast, some beef, peppers and onions, cheese, tortilla. Let's hope I can wrap this up. Some hot sauce on there. Looks pretty good. What's going on, guys? Got some bench press clips here for you. Working with some pretty lightweight. This was 80% of my training max right here, so this is 190 pounds for 5 reps. I'm trying to pause. For the last few months, I've been trying to pause all my bench since I last dropped my max, just to kind of get a different stimulus in my muscles, and I feel like pause bench will definitely have a much better translation over to powerlifting, but also I'm pretty sure that there's research suggesting the fact that you activate your chest a lot better using pause bench anyway. So here's a little bit of a different angle, 205 for 5 plus. I ended up hitting only 5 reps just because my strength, especially pressing strength, I've been saying it for the entire prep now, it just went to shit in the beginning and has been getting worse and worse every week and every cycle. So not much I can do about that at this point, just something I'm going to have to focus on. Hopefully that strength will come back pretty soon as I start my off season and get into a better training program where I'm increasing or just hitting bench press more frequently throughout the week anyway, as opposed to only hitting heavy bench once a week. So these reps were a little bit grindy, especially towards the end. I almost contemplated doing a 6th rep, but no way, and especially without the safety bars there. I'm used to training in the power rack. I didn't want to risk failure and have someone have to like run over and grab the weight off my chest. So after that, I did 5 sets of 10 for overhead press, which I've been doing for pretty much the entire prep. I've done some sort of accessory lift for overhead press right after my bench press work. And then here I moved on to dumbbell incline. This is new since I started my lower push-pull routine along with 5-3-1. So I'm definitely eventually going to make a video on how I'm doing this. I'm still playing around with it. This is only the 2nd week that I have been doing 5-3-1 with the lower push-pull routine, but I've really been enjoying it. My workouts are a little bit shorter, but the volume over the week is probably more, even though it's because I have that extra training day in there. The pizza dough returns. Alright guys, so here's the dough. About 24 hours later, let it rise. I'm just going to kind of play around with it and stretch it out as much as possible, and I'll show you guys what it looks like after I do that. Alright guys, so I stretched out the dough and threw it in the cast iron pan. Stove is off. I'm going to turn it on, and as it's heating up, just kind of keep pushing it to the edges, and then as it starts to get hot, I'm going to add in, this was 1/4 of a serving of tomato sauce. It's really not that much at all, but I don't want it to get too wet. And then 30 grams of cheese with just a bunch of spices mixed in. Here's just Italian, some onion powder, crushed red pepper, garlic powder, and yeah. My hands are probably going to be getting pretty messy, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to record it, but I'll show you guys what it looks like when I get it all put together. And I should probably mention that got the oven on broiler at 500 or high setting, and then the pan is also on high, just trying to get it really, really hot and kind of crisp it up as much as possible. Alright, here it is. Top doesn't look too crispy. The cheese was starting to like burn in the broiler. The bottom looks alright. We'll see though. We'll see if it's got a good crunch to it. Let's see if I could pick it up. Pretty crispy, but could definitely be firmer. Gonna have to play around with it, but the flavor is really good. And you already know I got that big ass salad to go with it. What's up, guys? Just got a package in the mail from Alpha Designs, the photographer that we worked with. Sent an entire book of pictures. These pictures are freaking sick. Got so many, and he sent digital files of everything, so gonna look through it all. Really excited. These pictures came out awesome. Damn, that meal. So pumped to eat this right now. You wish you were eating it.
I do.
Looks good though. Can't wait, I'm starving. Tyler bumped up my carbs. Not very clear from this meal, but bumped up my carbs on the daily from 200 to 225. Just because I've lost like over 6 pounds in the last 2 weeks, and told me to get rid of 2 cardio sessions, so that's gonna be nice. I'm getting rid of those 2 15-minute high intensity steady state sessions, so it's gonna be, hopefully recovery will be a little bit better. My back and entire like lower body just hasn't been recovering all week, so hopefully with a little bit less energy expenditure throughout the week, that'll get a little bit better. With those extra 25 carbs, I decided to fit a banana into my macros. I haven't had a banana in like months. Got banana, Greek yogurt, and peanut butter and cinnamon all mixed together. I really forgot how good bananas are, especially mixed together with that peanut butter. That's really good. Just doing some light reading here. Some exercise fizz, just reading a chapter on bioenergetics. It's just kind of how your body uses macronutrients, break it down into energy, and use that energy to make ATP. Pretty interesting. I've never really gone through these mechanisms before, so it's a nice read in my opinion. Maybe not for some people, but I'm enjoying this textbook. Maybe I'm weird. Morning, guys. Saturday. Having some breakfast. Wrap, peppers and onions, beef, sriracha, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, blueberries. Hopefully gonna head to the gym within an hour, hour and a half. And then I'm going to head to my girlfriend's house, Long Island, around noon or so. It's Memorial Day weekend, so I don't even know what traffic's gonna be like. It's probably gonna be a pain in the ass to drive out there, but it's alright, it'll be a good time. Feeling a little bit better this morning. Still really just tired in general and fatigued, and my body just isn't recovering. Hopefully, if I get a higher day this weekend, it'll kind of help me out a little bit in terms of recovery, and we'll see. We'll see how the weekend plays out, but it should be fun. Memorial Day weekend. Weather, hopefully it'll get nicer. My girlfriend's got a pool at her house, so it'd be nice to be able to lay out and maybe go in the pool a little bit. I wasn't going to voice over these clips right here just because it's 2 short clips, but just wanted to tell you guys, or share with you guys, how I kind of prioritize arm training in my workouts. For the entire prep and even longer before that in the off season, I had 2 arm days a week. I think I actually had 3, but now I just have 2. And I always have one movement where I'll work with pretty heavy weight in sacrifice form a little bit, go for 4 to 6 reps. And then the second movement, which right here is the alternating dumbbell curl, I'll go with a little bit lower weight, better form, and hit higher reps, just to have like a power movement and a hypertrophy movement. That post-workout meal, salad, chicken sandwich with some mustard and Cholula. Can you see that? Got the end piece. Had a pretty good workout, went into it feeling really tired and just exhausted in general, like I've been all week, but ended up being pretty good. Just kind of had to focus. The training, like lifting, really doesn't get to me that much. It's more the cardio at this point. It's just very tiring. My legs, I haven't been recovering all week and just in general the past few weeks. But hopefully with this increase in food, like I said, finally, for the first time this entire prep, we increased food, 25 carbs, like every day. So it's the first time I've actually gotten a bump up in my calories and a bump down in my cardio. I've always had to either take away calories or add cardio or both. So it's kind of a relief to know that Hopefully my body is kind of coming back around, but we'll see what happens this week. Feeling good right now. Wasn't feeling too good this morning, but hopefully this energy now carries throughout the day. That third vitamin shot. She wants to look at some protein. Think we can get some killer deals here? Probably not. Got that Diet Mountain Dew. Get a little bit of extra caffeine in. You already know. Just cooked up a nice dinner with Megan. Went to the store and got some peppers and stuff, jalapenos. Cooked those up with some chicken, avocado. Oh, that salsa looks good on there. And got myself a big salad. And just gonna enjoy this dinner together. Better than going out to eat. This is gonna be really good, don't you think? I know you want to go out to eat, but you can make some pretty good stuff at home. Finishing off the macros with some popcorn, some cinnamon, what is it? Cinnamon Crunch? Cinnamon? Like Captain Crunch cinnamon. Adding a little bit of ice cream underneath there. Having some decaf coffee. Megan's trying to figure out what she's gonna have to finish her macros. I have like half a serving of ice cream. She's probably gonna have like 3. Feels bad, man. Being on the poverty macros.
Is this gonna be stupid? Is this bad?
No.
I like sprinkle it on.
That wasn't a very good sprinkle.
Well, I mean, I will. I'll like mix it in.